And the Lord God took the man and put him into the Garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. And the Lord God commanded the man, saying, Of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it. For in the day thou eatest thereof, thou shalt surely die. Greetings, salut, hola, and lafia. Welcome to Biblio-Apologetics, a hub for seeing biblical truth in history, geography, anthropology, and logic. One of the chief arguments against the goodness of God is, why did God put the tree of knowledge of good and evil in the Garden of Eden? Christians should not disregard this question and try to silence the questioner, because behind every question is a real person with struggles, needs, and search for truth and understanding. Although it is impossible to understand the mind of God, Christians can use the Bible and rely on the Spirit of God to help answer the questions of non-believers. The following are different ways to reconsider our understanding of the tree of knowledge of good and evil.
The question is often posed and framed in a way that seems as if man's morality and understanding of suffering and the concept of sin and its consequences supersede that of God. The premise is that God created the universe, and by virtue of Him creating everything, He runs the show. What I find interesting is that man is very protective and proud of anything he creates or accomplishes. However, this tacitly established rule changes suddenly when it comes to God and His creatures. God is the creator of the universe, planet Earth, and humanity. He can choose to have His purpose operate in any way He wants to, and is now obliged to fit into the expectations and standards of mortal man.
We often boast and take pride in our ability to do as we wish, and highly value the principle of free will, but often shift to a double standard when it comes to our relationship with God. People who question God's benevolent intention are usually dishonest in their allegation. God could have created man to essentially be a robot that is wired to only do good or evil. But this would also mean that man does not have free will. Free will is only possible in our world, where we get to choose to do good by honoring God or dishonor Him in making wrong choices. The tree of knowledge of good and evil offers mankind free will. Since God created humans and have good intention for them and keeps them away from destroying themselves, accountability is extremely important. The tree of knowledge of good and evil offers man an opportunity to be accountable to his Maker and honor Him. Alas, man has failed in this test and consequently got himself in a situation that continues to have repercussions today. What we must not forget in asking the question pertaining to the tree of knowledge of good and evil is the unmerited, boundless grace of God. Although man deserves nothing but the wrath of God by virtue of his disobedience, God, in His divine mercy, offered man a way out of his self-inflicted predicament. This started with God making coats of skin to cover Adam and Eve's naked bodies. He then proceeded to declare judgment upon Satan and provided a way out for man who has acquired a sin nature. That solution was prophesied for millennia and came in the person of Jesus Christ. The narration of the Garden of Eden did not and will not end on a negative note, but a positive one, when the grace of God is appreciated and embraced. Thank you for watching my video. If you like the content, please subscribe and check back next Friday for a new video. The links to my novel are in the description below. May God bless you, and remember, Jesus Christ is the only way to heaven.